Hey everyone, it's Darvina with Darvina Plays with Scissors again. And today I want to talk about fall. It's only about a week away. And we have these really cute bundles with Stampin' Up. I want to start with our Gather Together. This is a bundle, so you get the stamps and the dies. And then this is our stamp set for Life is Beautiful. So I'm kind of mushing them together a little bit for today's projects. And this project is a little 4-inch card called First Season of Thanks. And then you open it up. And this one I said, I used the sentiment, may this season bring you smiles and love that will last all year. So I thought that was really pretty. I love the plaid. This is our plaid design series paper 6x6. And I love this Blackberry Bliss color. So wait, is that Blackberry Bliss or is it Razzleberry? Let's see. I believe it's Rich Razzleberry. Yes, it is. And that one's just as pretty as Blackberry. So anyway, I went ahead and cut a lot of the pieces out ahead of time just to kind of save us time, because you know how I can go over with these videos. And I had a couple of sentiments that I stamped out and I wasn't quite sure which one I wanted to use. We've got Wishing You Well or So Glad to Have You in My Life. And I really like So Glad to Have You in My Life. So let's use that one. I'll give out the Wishing You Well for anyone, you know, included in the kit for anyone that buys over $35 worth of product. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I went ahead and, like I said, I cut these pieces out. So this is 4 by 8.5, I believe. Yes. 4 by 8.5, yep. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and score it. And I got this nifty new tool that I love. And we're going to score it at the 4 1/4. Is it 4 1/4? Yes, 8.5. Half of that is 4 1/4. So let us yep. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm on the right line. So this one scores really cool. I mean, I'm barely touching, and you can see it scored it. So now let's go ahead and fold it. And let's use the bone folder to kind of give me a good crease. So I'll put this back. It's really light too, the score tool. And now I went ahead and I cut this piece out already. It goes right there, but we're going to pop it up and we'll do that in a minute. Let's go ahead and work on it first before we pop it up, because I did it the opposite way and it kind of got a little funky. So let's go ahead and cut out the stitched circle die for our pink piece. And I'm just looking for my dies. I know it is here. Here it is. I'm going to use, if I'm not mistaken, I used the second to the smallest. Yes. Let's go ahead and use, and this is our Stitched Shapes dies. And from what I've seen from other stampers, they love that die set. So I really believe that die set's going to kind of pay for itself, because I will definitely use it a lot. So let me just put my die on the paper, sandwich it in between, and then just run it through. Okay. So now we've got our stitched die, and you can see it's got a stitching all around the outside of it, and that's what makes it so beautiful. So let me put that over there and this over here. Get this out of the way. And then this was a die that we have in our painted, oh gosh, what is it called? I think it's called Painted Labels. Is it Painted Labels? You know what? It's part of our Painted Poppy bundle. So let me just check this out. Oh yeah, painted labels dies. Yes, that's what they're called. So I cut that out ahead of time. So I want to place the purple right on top of that. But before I do, I'm going to stamp it because I need I think I did a second or third impression of the pumpkin, and a generation, I should say. I will show you what that means. So let me get my pumpkin stamp. And my stamping block. And I used pumpkin pie. And a generation is basically one stamp. So this would be first generation. That is second generation. And I believe I used third. So let's bring it down a little bit. Just because I didn't want a really dark impression. Yeah, I want it to be a little faded. I want it to be more in the background. So, do that. Oops. Let me clean my stamp. And now I want to go ahead and stamp Season of Thanks. I want to stamp my sentiment. So that is this one. And I can't tell, did I use black or actually I did. I used black. That's why it's stained. So I will go ahead and use Stays On black ink that we have. And I kind of want to place it in the middle because I'm going to put those leaves on the bottom. So I kind of want to put it in the middle of this pumpkin. Just like, oops, just like that. Very nice. Okay. Let me clean this because I know it's stained already, but Stays On has a tendency to stain, which is fine. It doesn't hurt anything. It's just, you know, your stamps are well loved, right? Well used. Okay, let's put this back. And let's go ahead and get to putting it together. Now, one more piece we have to this are this is part of our gathered together bundle. You have these little punches of, this one is an acorn. This one is, I believe this is I can't remember which one's an oak and which one's a maple leaf. I think this is the maple and this is the oak. But anyway, you can see I used a couple different colors of stamps. So I do want the gold one to be the acorn by itself. So let's just, they do tend to pop around, so just be warned. They will pop away from you. So I think I just did a couple of each color. So that was crumb cake. This, I believe, is Old Olive. And then, of course, our pumpkin pie. And you can use any colors you want. So I'll put this one aside. And now I'll use the maple leaf. Same colors. Pumpkin pie. Old Olive. And then our crumb cake. There we go. So now we have, let me put that up there. We have a good amount of leaves. So let's go ahead and start assembling everything. Let's put this over here. And I want to use my tape runner. If you've seen any of my previous videos, I like to use Stampin' Seal Plus, but I've noticed that with Stampin' Seal Plus, it is so strong, it's actually ripped some of my paper. So I am just saving it for when I'm actually creating boxes, because I need the extra adhesive there. But on cards and stuff, I am just using regular tape runner that I already had. I haven't bought, the Stampin' Up! Does have Stampin' Seal, not Plus, but just regular Stampin' Seal. And I haven't bought it yet because I still have quite a bit of just regular tape runner. So I'm going to use that up first. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and position this onto our plaid. Our plaid piece. I love this color. Okay. So there we go. And then I'm just going to use my glue dots, and I'm just going to place these leaves randomly around the bottom. So there's one, and two, and three. You can position them however you want. Here's my pumpkin pie again. And then I will just do my last one with the acorn. Yeah, there we go. I still have one left, but that's fine. So now, where are my, here they are. I want to use my Pearl Basic Jewels. I'm just going to grab 3 of them. So, well, I'll just use my fingers. So much easier. So here's one upside down. Oh no, come on. All right, there we go. So there's one. I'll grab a small one, put it over here. And then another small one and put it down around here. There we go. Pretty, super pretty. So before I put the front piece on, I want to go ahead and place our sentiment on the inside. So I'm just going to run my tape runner. And try to give myself a little border all the way around. So there we go. And now on the front, I want to go ahead and use my dimensionals to pop it up. And I love these things. And then I'm just taking off the back piece. Let me get rid of that. There we go. And then I'm going to pop it over and line it up with the top. So just like that. Yes. Yeah. And there we go. There's our Season of Thanks card. So glad to have you in my life. And I hope you enjoy making this card, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.